You know that feeling just as your head hits the pillow and the world finally goes quiet? That's when your mind truly wakes up. It doesn't race to the past, to old embarrassments or joys. Instead, it leaps forward into the vast, uncharted territory of tomorrow. Next month, next decade. You lie there in the dark, the ceiling a blank screen, and you begin to write scripts. You craft dialogues for conversations that haven't happened. You navigate potential crises that are nothing but shadows. You solve problems that don't yet exist. To anyone looking in, you are perfectly still. But inside, you are a time traveler. And if you've ever wondered why you do this, why you can't seem to just be here in the now, then you've come to the right place. This is for the future thinkers, the planners, the quiet architects of days to come. Think about your average Tuesday. You're in line for coffee, the smell of ground beans thick in the air, the gentle clatter of cups, a familiar soundtrack. But you're not really there. You're mentally rehearsing a presentation you'll give on Friday, anticipating a question, shaping a perfect response. The barista asks for your order, and for a split second, you're startled back into the present, as if returning from a long journey. You smile, you order, you pay. But the moment you step away, you're gone again, already at Friday afternoon, wondering if you should have said something different. Why does your mind insist on living in a place that hasn't arrived yet? What is it trying to protect you from or prepare you for? This constant forward gaze is often born from a beautiful, burdensome sense of responsibility. It's the mind's attempt to create safety in a world that feels inherently uncertain. Perhaps when you were younger, you learned that being prepared was the only way to avoid disappointment, or conflict, or chaos. So you started building mental models of the future, running simulations, trying to find the one path that leads to calm waters. Your mind became a dedicated scout, always 10 steps ahead, checking for landmines, so the rest of you could, in theory, walk in peace. But the scout never gets to rest. The scout is always on duty, in the quiet of your shower, during the drive to work, in the middle of a movie. It's a relentless, full-time job of imagining, and it can be exhausting, can't it? To carry the weight of so many potential tomorrows. Let's paint a picture of this inner world. It's Sunday evening. The light is soft and golden, casting long shadows across your living room. You should be relaxed, savoring the last hours of the weekend. But instead, you feel a subtle hum of tension in your chest. You're mentally packing your week, slotting tasks into imaginary time blocks, preempting bottlenecks at work, wondering if you remembered to reply to that email, and what you'll make for dinners, and when you'll find time to exercise, and what you'll say in that difficult conversation looming on Wednesday. It's not frantic panic, it's a low-grade, constant engineering project. Your outer calm is a masterpiece of performance, but your inner world is a control room with maps and flowcharts spread across every surface. Have you ever noticed that while others seem to simply experience life, you are often its silent stage manager, adjusting the lights and cues for a play that hasn't even started? This creates a fascinating and sometimes lonely paradox. On the outside, you appear incredibly competent, self-sufficient, and calm under pressure. People come to you with their problems because you seem to have everything figured out. And you often do have a solution because you've already run this scenario a dozen times in your mind. But this can leave you feeling profoundly misunderstood because no one sees the invisible labor. No one sees the hours of mental preparation that went into that effortless piece of advice or that seamless presentation. They see the performance, but they don't see the endless rehearsals you conducted in the quiet theater of your own mind. So you feel both strong and strangely invisible. You are strong. You are rare. You are enough. But here's a crucial insight. This isn't just about anxiety. It's about depth. Your mind is a deep processor. Where others see a simple decision, you see a branching tree of consequences rippling out into the future. You don't just choose a job. You envision the commute, the culture, the growth path, the impact on your future family, the way it aligns with the version of yourself you're trying to become. This is a form of profound care. It's a deep engagement with the narrative of your own life. You are the author, constantly editing the next chapter, trying to make it meaningful, trying to steer the character you toward a good ending. The pain comes when you forget you're also a character in the story, entitled to feel the sun on your skin in this paragraph, not just plan for the weather in the next chapter. And what about your relationships? Imagine you're having dinner with a close friend. They're telling you about a new romance, their eyes bright with the excitement of the present moment. You're happy for them, truly. But a part of your mind, almost automatically, starts playing out trajectories. You listen to the details, and you subtly assess for compatibility, for potential red flags they might be missing, for long-term viability. You might even offer a gentle, just be careful about, piece of advice, born from a place of love and foresight. But sometimes, this can create a subtle distance, because you're analyzing the future of their joy, while they are simply feeling it. It's a different language, a different way of loving, and it can make you wonder, why can't you just turn it off and simply be with them, in their present? Why must love too be a project to be optimized? This constant future thinking is a double-edged sword. It gifts you with foresight, preparedness, and a strategic mind. It has likely saved you and those you love from countless pitfalls. But the cost is a kind of perpetual absence. You can miss your own life as it happens. The taste of the coffee you planned to buy, but didn't truly taste. The punchline of a joke you didn't fully hear because you were thinking of your reply. The feeling of your own breath rising and falling in this very moment. You become a ghost in your own present, haunting a future you haven't yet built. And isn't it ironic? You spend so much energy building a safe, successful future, but the process can rob you of the very peace you're trying to secure. So, what is the way forward? How do you honor this incredible, powerful part of yourself without letting it consume the only moment you are ever guaranteed to have, which is now? It begins not with fighting your nature, but with understanding it. Your future-thinking mind is not your enemy. It is a devoted, if overzealous, protector. It needs acknowledgement, not dismissal. Try this. The next time you find yourself 10 years ahead, planning a retirement you can't yet see, pause. Don't jerk yourself back angrily. Simply notice. Say internally, "Ah, there you are. You're working hard to take care of us. Thank you." Then, gently, feel your feet on the floor. Notice one thing you can see. In clear detail, the grain of the wood on your desk, the pattern of light through the blinds. Notice one thing you can hear. The distant hum of the refrigerator, the sound of your own breath. You are not banishing the future thinker. You are simply inviting another part of you, the noticer, the feeler, the experiencer, to the table. You are strong. You are rare. You are enough. This is the integration. It's the balance between the architect and the inhabitant, the planner and the poet. Let your beautiful mind draft the blueprints, but then step into the building it has already helped you create, which is today, this hour, this minute. The future you imagine is built from the materials of the present. So the most powerful thing you can do for your future is to be fully here, now, gathering materials rich with sensation, emotion, and presence. That future self you're always thinking of. They will thank you not just for the plans you made, but for the life you actually lived along the way. They will be grateful for the memories of real laughter felt in your belly, not just anticipated, for the feeling of real wind on your face, not just planned for the moments of quiet contentment you allowed yourself to soak in, without immediately turning them into a lesson for tomorrow. Your mind is a time machine, yes, but remember, you hold the controls. You can visit tomorrow, and next year, and even a decade from now, but your home, your true place of power, is in the eternal present. It is from this quiet, solid ground that all truly sustainable futures are built. So let's make a gentle pact. We will honor the scout, the planner, the architect within. We will thank them for their tireless work, and then we will remind them, softly, that it's okay to come home, to feel the warmth of this cup in your hands, to hear the rhythm of this music, to be here, fully, in this breath. Your past has brought you here. Your future will unfold from this point, but this moment, with all its quiet, ordinary magic, this is where you actually live. This is where you are truly, completely, and wonderfully alive. You are strong. You are rare. You are enough. If this quiet conversation found its way to a place inside you that rarely gets to speak, consider passing it on. Share it with someone else who lives in tomorrow, so they know they're not alone on the journey. Or simply carry this feeling with you, a gentle reminder that your depth is a gift, and your present moment is a home waiting for you to return. Whenever you're ready.